Ultra-rare pickups. We've gathered 10. One was dreamed up in a California garage, another survived a world war, and yet another went from a forgotten oddball to a collector's holy grail. What other hidden legends will you discover in this video? Stay with us until the end and see for yourself. Number 1. The 1955 Powell Sport Wagon. 1955 Powell Sport Wagon. If you ever wondered what American ingenuity looks like outside of Detroit, meet the 1955 Powell Sport Wagon. Born in a humble California workshop, this truck is what happens when necessity collides with pure imagination. The Powell brothers, Hayward and Channing, didn't have the resources or assembly lines of the Big Three. Instead, they scavenged early 1940s Plymouth car frames and rebuilt them by hand, fabricating new bodies from steel and fiberglass, and sometimes even oak wood bumpers. This was the ultimate exercise in recycling long before upcycling was a trend. The most distinctive feature? A clever built-in compartment running through the bed, designed just for fishing rods. Proof that Powell wasn't just thinking about getting from A to B, but also about enjoying the ride and the adventure at the destination. Inside, there were few frills. The early models lacked hubcaps, had minimal interior trim, and even skipped functional turn signals. But what they lacked in luxury, they made up for with robust simplicity and unmistakable character. Between 1955 and 1957, just over 100 sport wagons were produced, and today, maybe 100 to 150 exist in any condition. Was it a commercial success? Not even close. But among collectors, it's pure legend. A truck that turns heads not for beauty or speed, but because it's a rolling piece of folk art. The Powell is a reminder that true innovation doesn't need deep pockets, just creativity, courage, and a bit of Californian stubbornness. 1941. Dodge WC12 4x4. If rarity could be measured in resilience, the 1941 Dodge WC12 would top any list. Designed not for style or comfort, but for the brutal realities of World War II, the WC12 became a true American hero long before it became a collector's dream. Built with a rugged steel body, heavy-duty axles, and a powerful straight-six engine, this four-wheel drive beast was engineered to handle anything from muddy battlefields to mountainous terrain. Its primary job was to haul supplies, carry soldiers, and when needed, serve as an ambulance or command post. It wasn't glamorous. No chrome, no radio, and certainly no luxury seating. But the WC12's genius was in its simplicity. It was easy to repair under fire, with parts that could be swapped in the field by anyone with a wrench. The result? Tens of thousands were produced, yet few survived peacetime. Most were left on foreign soil, scrapped for parts, or used up in post-war America until nothing remained but rust. Civilian survivors are now incredibly rare. Restored examples can fetch a fortune at auction, but most are preserved in museums or jealously guarded by military collectors. The WC12 is more than just a truck. It's a rolling piece of American grit, a machine that helped win a war and then disappeared into history. If you ever see one up close, know you're looking at a true relic, a symbol of endurance, innovation, and sacrifice. 1939 Studebaker Coupe Express. Long before car-truck crossovers became trendy, Studebaker dared to blur the lines with the 1939 Coupe Express, a head-turning blend of sedan elegance and honest-to-goodness pickup practicality. Picture this: Art Deco curves, flowing fenders, chrome accents, and the comfort of a family coupe, all seamlessly welded to a sturdy truck bed. It wasn't just a vehicle, it was a statement, a pickup for people who didn't want to look like they drove pickups. Under the hood was a reliable six-cylinder engine and a reinforced chassis, ready to handle real work but without sacrificing style. Despite its innovation, America wasn't ready for the Coupe Express. Fewer than 1,000 were made in 1939, and many met their end doing hard labor or succumbed to rust. Today, surviving examples are astonishingly scarce. making every restoration a labor of love. What makes the Coupe Express so fascinating isn't just its rarity, but its vision. It anticipated the modern lifestyle truck by decades, and today it looks downright prescient as we see more and more luxury utes on the roads. Was it a commercial hit? Hardly. But its blend of beauty and brawn makes it one of the most desirable and conversation-starting classics at any car show. The Coupe Express is a reminder that sometimes the world catches up to genius. Just a few generations later, 1942. Ford Marmon-Herrington pickup. Born from the necessity of war and the spirit of American innovation, the 1942 Ford Marmon-Herrington pickup is one of the rarest and toughest trucks ever made. As World War II loomed, the U.S. military needed more than just cars. It needed vehicles that could tackle the harshest terrain on Earth. Ford partnered with Marmon-Herrington, specialists in four-wheel drive conversions, to turn ordinary pickups into battlefield beasts. The result? A utilitarian workhorse with a converted 4x4 drivetrain, lifted suspension, and massive axles, all done at a time when four-wheel drive trucks were almost unheard of. Production was brief, and numbers were tiny, especially once wartime restrictions halted civilian auto manufacturing. Most Marmon-Herrington pickups went straight to the front lines or to essential wartime industries, where they were pushed to their limits and beyond. After the war, few survived. Those that did often got farmed out for decades, making unrestored originals practically mythical. Even among truck collectors, a genuine Marmon-Herrington Ford is a white whale. Its influence, however, is everywhere. The very concept of a factory 4x4 pickup was revolutionary, setting the stage for generations of trucks to come. Today, if you spot one, whether at a show, in a barn, or on the battlefield of history, consider yourself lucky. This is a truck that helped change the way America and the world moved. 1957 Chevrolet Cameo Carrier. In the world of classic pickups, the 1957 Chevrolet Cameo Carrier stands alone as a game-changer, a truck that dared to look as good as it worked. Imagine a pickup with the style and flair of a Chevy Bel Air. Fiberglass rear fenders, two-tone paint, sweeping chrome, and a cabin filled with comfort features unheard of for trucks in the 1950s. Under the hood, the Cameo offered a punchy small-block V8, giving it real muscle to match the looks. Chevrolet wanted to prove that pickups didn't have to be drab or utilitarian. They could be aspirational, desirable, even a status symbol. But America in the late 50s wasn't quite ready for a luxury truck. The Cameo's higher price tag meant only about 2,200 were built in its final year, and many were used up on farms or work sites before anyone realized what they had. Today, original Cameos are among the most collectible pickups on the planet, a symbol of where style, innovation, and utility first collided. The Cameo paved the way for the personal use and luxury trucks we see everywhere now. Its legacy is obvious every time a $70,000 pickup rolls out of a showroom. In 1957, it was a risk. In 2024, it's the original icon. 1983, Volkswagen Caddy Sport Truck, electric version. Before electric pickups were even a dream, Volkswagen took a bold, quietly revolutionary step in the early 1980s. Enter the 1983 Volkswagen Caddy Sport Truck Electric, a truck that even many VW fans don't know ever existed. Based on the Rabbit pickup Caddy, these electric versions were built in tiny numbers for fleet and experimental use, primarily targeting government agencies and forward-thinking businesses. The conversion replaced the regular gasoline engine with a heavy bank of lead-acid batteries and a modest electric motor. It was no powerhouse. Range was limited to about 50 miles, and charging was slow by modern standards. Still, in an era obsessed with V8s and cheap gas, the electric Caddy was a glimpse into a distant future. Almost all of these trucks were used hard and discarded, as battery technology simply wasn't ready for prime time. Most were scrapped or converted back to gas, making survivors exceedingly rare. The original electrical systems are notoriously difficult to restore, which only adds to the challenge and the mystique. For collectors and electric vehicle historians, the 1983 VW electric Caddy is a true unicorn, a forgotten pioneer that hints at the electric revolution we're living through today. It's proof that even when a bold idea fails to catch on, it can still leave deep tracks in automotive history. 1974 Mazda Rotary pickup. Rare, weird, and wonderful. Few pickups tick all those boxes like the 1974 Mazda Rotary pickup, better known as the Repu. In the midst of the 1970s, Mazda was riding high on the buzz of its Wankel rotary engines, known for their high revs, smooth power, and unforgettable sound. Then Mazda did the unthinkable, dropped a rotary engine into a small pickup. The result was the world's first and only rotary-powered pickup sold in the U.S., with around 15,000 produced over several years, but very few survive today. Why so rare? The rotary engine, while innovative, was thirsty for fuel and oil, and tough to keep in tune, especially during the fuel crisis and stricter emissions regulations of the era. Most Repus were driven hard and abandoned once repairs became too expensive. Today, finding a running example is almost a miracle, and original unmodified trucks are gold to collectors. For those who know, the Repu is an icon, a symbol of Mazda's fearless innovation, and a time when the automotive world was willing to try almost anything. Love it or hate it, the Repu is proof that sometimes the strangest ideas make the most unforgettable classics. Toyota Stout 1900. Long before Toyota pickups became American bestsellers, the 1967 Toyota Stout 1900 quietly paved the way. This sturdy little workhorse was Toyota's first true attempt to crack the U.S. truck market. A compact, no-nonsense rig with a bulletproof 1.9-liter engine, basic features, and an unbreakable reputation in its homeland. But in 1960s America, the market was dominated by full-size giants, and the Stout's Spartan styling and smaller size meant it flew under the radar. Fewer than 1,000 are believed to have been imported, and most were worked into the ground by owners who valued function over form. Very few original Stouts survived the decades of hard labor and rust. Spotting one today is an event for even seasoned Toyota enthusiasts, a sign of where the company's legendary reliability began. In retrospect, the Stout was ahead of its time, predicting America's future love affair with compact trucks and Japanese engineering. For collectors and truck historians, the Stout 1900 isn't just rare. It's the quiet ancestor to every Tacoma and Hilux that followed, and a symbol of a slow but steady revolution in the pickup world. 1954 GMC COE, or Cab Over Engine, Series Z. If you want a truck that's instantly recognizable and almost impossible to find, look no further than the 1954 GMC COE, or Cab Over Engine. Designed to maximize cargo space, the COE perched its cab above the front axle and engine, allowing for a longer flatbed within the same footprint. These trucks were built to work, and work hard. They hauled goods cross-country, delivered freight in busy cities, and powered America's post-war boom. But that utilitarian life was also their curse. Nearly all COEs were driven to death, then scrapped for parts. A 1954 GMC COE, in original unrestored condition, is one of the rarest sights in the truck world. Most that survive today are custom builds or restomods, turned into hot rods or showpieces by enthusiasts who love their unique style and vintage industrial vibe. The 1954 Series Z is especially prized for its one-year-only details and classic GMC toughness. For collectors, owning a COE isn't just about nostalgia. It's about preserving a crucial chapter of American workhorse history, when trucks were built to last, and design was as much about problem-solving as it was about style. 1989 Dodge Dakota Convertible pickup. In the late 1980s, Dodge did something truly outrageous. It built a convertible pickup, straight from the factory. The 1989 Dodge Dakota Convertible pickup was, and remains, A true oddball. The only modern American drop-top truck ever sold new at dealerships. It started life as a regular Dakota, then shipped to American Sunroof Corporation, where the roof was chopped, a roll bar added, and a manual soft top installed. It wasn't just a showpiece. The Dakota Convertible kept its full payload and towing capacity, making it a legitimate work truck with a party trick. Fewer than 3,800 were produced over 2 years, and many lived hard lives, exposed to the elements or converted into custom cruisers. Today, a surviving Dakota Convertible is a conversation starter at any car show. A relic of a time when automakers were willing to take risks and chase fun, not just sales charts. Some people laughed at the idea, but in today's world of cookie-cutter trucks, the Dakota Convertible stands tall as a symbol of boldness and creative freedom. Love it or mock it, you won't forget it. So, which of these ultra-rare pickups blew your mind? Did you know any, or is your wish list suddenly a lot longer? The world of trucks is bigger and stranger than most of us ever imagine. These forgotten pickups remind us that history isn't just about what sells the most, but what dared to be different. Drop your favorite in the comments, share your own rare finds, and don't forget to subscribe for more automotive stories you won't hear anywhere else. Until next time, keep your eyes peeled. You never know what's hiding in a forgotten garage.